Hello. So here in this video, we are going to talk about consumption items. Okay. So, consumption item is an item which is yet to be charged in order to form a billable item. Okay. So consumption item contains the information like details of the usage of the services, like type of the services, units, duration of the usage, or amount per unit, which are processed in rating process in SAP conversion charging. Okay. And those usage records are also called as consumption data records, CDRs, which are processed to form the billable items, which are being billed and invoiced in conversion invoicing. So this CDR, these consumption data records are being captured either by SAP conversion mediation digital route, or it can be any third-party application also. So this consumption data records capture detailed information about the usage of services, which will go through the rating process and charging processes. So mainly these consumption data records are being triggered by the business events or usage of the services and are then either passed into SAP conversion charging system and are being stored in the consumption item in SAP conversion invoicing, or can be directly entered in SAP conversion invoicing using the associated APIs and can be stored in the consumption items. Okay. Then the rating process is being performed in order to obtain the billable item. Okay. So before starting with the configuration with the consumption items, let me talk about that whatever the consumption items which are going to receive, they can have couple of steps. Okay. So mainly there are 5 status of a consumption item is there. Okay. First one is 0. 0 means raw. If any consumption item which you are getting with the status of raw, that means these are not eligible for rating process. Okay. Such items should be restored and that needs to be transferred to status 2 in unrated. Okay. That can be processed further in order to make it unrated. Okay. The next is raw accepted. Raw accepted consumption item is also not eligible for rating process because the chances that these consumption items are having some fields or values are missing or incorrect. Okay. So for such items to be considered for the rating process, the status should be restored to unrated. Okay. And the third, the second is 2 is unrated. So these items only are considered for rating process. This is eligible for the rating process because this is having all the complete information and authentic information. So unrated status indicates the information contained in the consumption item is complete and consistent. Okay. The next one is 3. 3 means rated accepted. So the rated accepted status is generally obtained by the consumption item when it was rated successfully in past, but due to certain reason, we had to reverse the rating process. So once you will reverse the rating process, consumption item then will automatically acquire a rated accepted status. Okay. So the consumption item then should be restored if needed to be considered in the rating process. And the last one is rated. 4th means the rated status is obtained by the consumption items when the rating process is performed successfully only. Okay. So let's start with the configuration of consumption item. Okay. So in order to do that, I'm just going to the next screen. Okay. Here, in order to do that, you need to navigate, use the transaction code FICA ING. Okay. Once you click on the FICA ING, it will take. So in order to, first, you need to create a consumption item class. Consumption item class here. Okay. So it's like a billable item, consumption item also follows the class concept. Okay. So in order to store the consumption items in SAP conversion invoicing, we need to define a consumption item class. Okay. So SAP does not provide any standard consumption item class. Okay. So this needs to be created as per our business requirement. Okay. And this consumption item class are nothing but it's the technical attributes of the consumption items. So in order to start, first we have to create a consumption item class. So in order to create a consumption item class, you need to navigate to this part. just click on FICA MG, then go to contract account receivables and payables, then go to convergent invoicing, then navigate to basic functions. Within the basic function, we'll get the option called consumption items, then consumption item classes, and maintain consumption item classes. Okay, just go there. Okay, once you will go there, okay, so you will get an option called here on the top. It's a white. Click on the new. Okay, it will take you to this page. Okay, so here you can define your consumption item classes. Okay, so consumption classes, consumption item class also follows the sequence of creation, activation, and generation. Okay, so here you can put a 4-digit of alphanumerical number or numerical number also. So I'm just putting here consumption item classes CI01, and I'm just putting a description out here. Okay, after this, you can go to the customer fields if you want to add any customized field. Okay, so in order to do that, in order to add those customer fields, you can go to the customer fields and so before that, before adding those customer fields, I want to show you that next step is that you need to choose the interface component. Okay, so this has been wrongly placed in the wrong place. That should have been here in the interface. Okay, so you need to select on the interface. Okay, once you click on this interface, okay, you need to choose the interface component. Okay, so SAP does provide a set of interface components. Okay, and you need to select as per your requirement. Okay, so there are several interface components provided by the SAP that should be used according to our business requirements to make fields available to store information about the consumption records. Okay, so once after activation and generation of this consumption item classes, all the interface creates the structure, tables, and the function modules and fields for the consumption item classes also. Okay, and in standard fields for the consumption items are obtained based on the interface selected for the classes, and custom field can also be assigned to the classes. As I explained, as I told you that it follows the sequence of creation, activation, and generation. Okay, so I have selected a couple of interface components out here. After that, click on the green tick at the below here. Okay, and just go to the database tables. Okay, in the database tables, you can select the database tables. Okay, so just click on the database table. It will take you to this screen. Okay, herein you can add couple of database tables for the rated items. Okay, so once you click on the database tables, one default will be created. Okay, so ending with 00. Okay, and if you want to add one more table, so you can click on the add tables. It will be created like 01. If you want to create one more table, click on that table. It will create like 02, 03, and 04, like so on. But one is sufficient, so I'm not creating any more tables. So, so this table is sufficient. Okay. So moving back, just click on the back, and now you can go to the customer fields. As I told you that if you want to add any customized field, that also can be done here. Okay, just click on the customer field, and you can just go there, and you can select the customized field as per your requirement. Okay. Now, after doing that, you need to save it. Okay, the behavior item classes. After saving this behavior item classes, you need to activate the configuration. In order to activate this configuration, you need to click here in the matchstick sign. Click here. Your consumption item class will be created, and the sign will the sign of this consumption item will be changed. So you can just continue, and you just the consumption item classes were activated, and now the sign got changed from this to this. Okay, now I'm just going back. After once your consumption item class is created, you need to generate these interface components. Okay, so why we need to generate these interface components? After generating the interface components in the background, all the tables, APIs, and the function modules will be created that you can store those consumption items in your CI system. Okay, so here in order to do that, in the same node, you can go to the below the generate interface for consumption item classes. Go there, click there, and just select, highlight the one which the consumption item classes you have created, and click on the top on the generate. Okay, it will take certain time. Okay. After a couple of minutes, it will it will generate all the objects. You can see here that a pop-up box will come that it will show you that all the objects have been generated. Okay, so you can just click on the continue in order to see these objects. Okay, so just go to the next, and here on the top you can just so you can see that the sign got changed. Okay, now it is green and this is active. Okay, in order to see all the objects, that means all the APIs, tables, and the function modules, you just click on the objects on the top, and you can see. Okay, so once you click on the object, you can see that all the tables, as I discussed, that all the consumption items are going to have a status, 5 status, raw, accepted, rateable, accepted, rateable, accepted, and rated. Okay. So based on this status, there are you can see that the function modules and the APIs and the tables are getting created. Okay. So here you can see that these are the table names. Okay. So what is the naming convention behind is that? Okay. So let me make it a very small information on this. Okay. So here we can see that up to here is by default. Okay, so let me go back here. So these are my table name. Okay, starting with /1 FC/0 CY1 like this one. Okay, like this one. Okay, so I'm just going here in order to bifurcate. So up to here is going to be by default. Okay, and this one by this 4-digit CI01 is by consumption item classes which you have created, right? 4 is going to be your city status. Like remember 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 raw accepted, rateable, accepted, and rated. So this is my rated status, and 0, the table's name which we have created. So likewise, this you can understand, like /1 FC up to here is by default CI01 is my consumption item classes, and 0 is going to my raw. Raw means 0. 1 means raw accepted, 2 means rateable, 3 means rateable accepted, and 4 means rated. So this is the way you can understand the table name, and this is the naming convention behind each and every table. So this is my function modules and everything. Okay. Now proceeding further. Okay. Once your billable item classes are activated, all the interface components are generated. Now we need to generate the maintenance dialogues for the consumption item classes. Okay. Just go there on the same node just before the generate interface for the consumption item classes. Click on the generate maintenance dialog for consumption item classes. Go there, and here you will come to here in this page. Just from here, you need to select your consumption item class which you have created. Just select this, and after selecting this, click on the generate. It will a pop-up box will come. You need to just select on yes. Okay, and what we can see that everything will be generated. Okay, and the status will show like this. Okay. Just click on the continue, and the status will show like this. Okay, so now once you have generated this dialog box also, now you need to activate this billable item. Now you need to activate this consumption item classes for your client. If you are not activating, you will not be able to use further this consumption item classes. Okay, so in order to activate this consumption item classes, we need to use the same transaction code. Under the same node here, you will get the option called consumption item management. Just go to the consumption item management. Here you will get the option called activate classes for consumption item. Okay. Execute that. After executing that, you need to click on the new entries. Click on new entries and just select your consumption item classes. Hit enter and click on save. Okay, your consumption item classes will be created. Okay, so once your consumption item classes are created, okay, it is ready to be used. Okay, so to store the consumption item in SAP Convergent Invoicing system, it is very essential to store a provider contact in the consumption item. Okay, so the provider contact is nothing. The provider contact is my transaction master data. Okay, and this is very important. A provider contact is a contractual agreement between the customer and the service provider. Okay, so the provider contract contains information like the contract details, like duration, like start date, end date, and the associated business partner, contact account, product details, billing cycles. Okay, so these are the information generally a provider contract holds. Okay, so next information I want to say that next is after activating the billable item class. Like suppose these are the standard functionality given by the SAP. Okay, but if you want to do certain enhancements, so where to do those enhancements? Okay. So you are storing this consumption item, okay, in the system, and if you want to add certain information for your business requirement, you want to enhance the requirement, or if you want to delete something which you don't want, your business does not want. Okay, so that means you want to perform the you want an enhancement in your processing rules. Okay, so here in order to do that, you need to go to the option called in the same node. Okay, in the consumption item management only, define processing rules for consumption items. So we all know that consumption items are getting transferred from the SAP Convergent charging system, or it can be any external charging system to SAP Convergent Invoicing based on the business requirement. These informations, these consumption items can be enhanced with add-ons information with certain values for the consumption item fields. So in the process of the populating certain standard fields or customized field based on the certain condition during the transfer of the consumption item in SAP Convergent Invoicing, This process is called enhancement or enrichment. Okay. So in order to achieve this, SAP provides sample function modules for each status of the consumption items. Okay. So which can be modified as per our business requirement. So let's understand this. So in order to enhancement of consumption item, just go to this node, just select all the defined processing rules for the consumption item, expand this. Okay. Here, after coming to this, you need to click on the new entries. Just go to the new entries. Okay. Once we go to the new entry, just select your class name here. Just select the class, and you need to select the upload rule here. Okay. Once you click on the upload rule, you will get 5 options here. Okay. So add items as checked data, add all items as raw data, add items with error as raw data, returning token data, add items, add only if all items are without errors. So these are my upload rules of the consumption item in CI system. That means when the consumption item will come to our CI system, we also put the upload rule that this consumption item will be uploaded in our CI system. So this needs to be created, this needs to be selected as per your business requirement, whatever it suits to your business or whatever business suggests you to put a filtration or upload rule. Okay. So I'm just going to select to add items with error as raw data here in our session. So just select this add items with error as raw data and save it. Okay. After saving this upload rule to, just select this line item and go to the program enhancement. Okay. Just select this and go to the program enhancement. Once you will go to the program enhancement, you need to click on the new entries. Okay. Just click on the new entries, and here you need to select the event and module. Okay. So here, so as I told you that SAP, in order to achieve this requirement, SAP already provides sample function modules. Okay. So here, so you need to select the 10 enrichment and check when creating these function modules, and there is a function module name fkk underscore sample underscore tfk 8160ev underscore 10. This is the function modules wherein all the enhancement can be done. So being a functional consultant, you will not be able to do that. You need to take a help from the technical guy. So you need to reach out to the technical guy. You need to share these function modules with them, and you need to tell them that, boss, this is the requirement. We need to perform the enhancement for this enrichment of this consumption item. So you need to, this is the function modules wherein you need to do the enhancement. Okay. So this is also possible of the enhancement of the consumption item. Okay. So next, once your enhancement is done, okay. Now next, so here what is happening here in this consumption items, where consumption item classes. Consumption item is what? Consumption item is just the immediate status before rating and charging. Okay. Once rating and charging is done, it is being called as billable item, and you can go ahead and you can perform the billing and invoicing. But without rating and charging, it is being called as consumption item. Okay. So now we are going to store, we have created a consumption. There is a business requirement that we are going to store this consumption item in our CI system. Okay. So in order to store this consumption item in our CI system, we have a concept called consumption item classes. So we have created a consumption item classes. Okay. So once we are receiving this consumption items in our CI system, so that needs to be rated and charged. Okay. So in order to perform rating and charging, okay, so we need to go for a rating, okay, rating group. So we need to perform this rating. So what is rating? Okay. So in order to achieve that, we need to define a rating group. So before defining this rating group, let me tell you what is rating. So rating is a process wherein the unrated consumption item will come, and it will apply certain associated calculation to obtain the certain amount of the usage, okay, associated with the contract, and it will create the billable items that will be used in billing and invoicing. Very simple. In rating process, what happens? Whatever the consumption item we are going to receive, we are going to apply certain calculation that we can at least get certain amount, and we can convert them into the billable item, and we can perform this billing and invoicing. So this is a rating. So in order to achieve this, we need to define a rating group in the system. Okay. So the rating process is triggered in SAP Convergent Invoicing. Okay. Suppose if we are storing this consumption item in CI system, and if you want to those consumption items to be rated, then we need to trigger this rating process from SAP Convergent Invoicing. So what will happen once we trigger? So once we trigger this rating process, this will send this consumption item to SAP Convergent Charging. or any external charging system for rating and charging, and in return will receive the billable item. Okay. So in order to define this rating group, what we are going to do, we are going to just click in the, we are going to follow the same path, FICA MG, contract account receivables and payables, then go to the convergent invoicing, then rating, and just go to the defined rating groups. Okay. Go there. Once you will go there, just click on the new entries. Once you will click on the new entry, just go there and you can define your rating group. Rating group can be a 4-digit of alphanumerical number or numerical number also. So I'm just putting here like CR12. Okay, and I'm just putting a description out here. After putting this description, just go back here, okay, and just go to the, here we can see that you need to select this rating, okay, from this event. Okay, go to the, after defining the rating group, go to the program extensions, okay, expand this, and just in the event, you can just select this 30 for rating. Okay, there will be, you will get couple of options. You need to select 30 for rating, and you need to select this function modules, FKK underscore bits underscore rating underscore event underscore 30. Okay, so as I told you that a rating group is essential for rating process to trigger. Okay, so a rating group is used to set the parameters required for the rating executions. Okay, so the rating group also provides the enhancement option for the rating process. So in the rating group, so based on the business requirement, rating units, billable items can be updated. So we can also specify whether the rating is executed in SAP Convergent charging or within SAP Convergent invoicing. Okay, so if we want a rating to be performed in SAP Convergent charging, then the program enhancement event rating is selected in function module like this one. Okay, over here that should be done. Okay, if you want, the rating process should be done in the Convergent charging. If rating processing in SAP CI can also in SAP Convergent invoicing, is it also possible? Okay, that can also be achieved. Okay, in CI also we can perform the rating for those consumption item, but if the requirement is very simpler, but if the requirement is very complex, then we should go for Convergent charging. Okay, so this is where you need to the requirements should be updated here in the same function module FKK underscore fix underscore rating underscore event underscore 30. You need to reach out to the technical team and you need to tell your requirement. You need to tell the requirement that we have defined a rating group and now we want my rating process to be triggered. Okay, so once you are going to perform this rating trigger, where do you want to rate those consumption items, within CC or out of the or within CI? Okay, convergent pricing that you need to be mentioned here. Okay, so it's because we are using this convergent charging for rating and charging, we will use function module this one. Okay, okay, so once this is done, okay, I'm just going to so once you rating groups, once you have assigned, okay, after that you need to assign the consumption item classes to your rating groups. Okay, so in order to do that in the same node, just go to the assign consumption item to classes to rating groups, go there. Okay, and just click on the new entries, just select your class, okay, the consumption item class which you have created and the rating group which you have created, and click on save. Okay, after that you need to define the number ranges for rating ID. So once you are performing the rating, each time a unique ID will be created, rating ID will be created. So you need to define the number ranges for rating ID also. So just go there and you can define the number ranges ID here. Okay, next is we need to, after doing this, you need to define the grouping variants for consumption item. Okay, so just go there. Okay, yeah. So grouping variant assigned to the rating group. Okay, its main purpose is to group together the consumption items. Okay, that are required to be rated together. So it is again based on the business requirement. So before you can define the grouping variant, first you need to define the grouping characteristics. Okay, so based on what grouping characteristics you want to group the consumption items. Okay, so here you can select couple of the, just click here the new entries and you can add your grouping characteristics. Okay, once you've added the grouping characteristics, you can go to the grouping variant. Okay, and just go to the grouping. So here you can click here, go to the maintain grouping characteristics and just go to here, click here, and it will show you all the options and you can add as per your requirement. Okay, after you have defined the grouping variant, grouping characteristics, now you need to define the grouping variant. So simply click on the grouping variants, click on the new entries, and you can define the grouping variants. So your grouping variants can be 4-digit of alphanumerical number. Put this numerical number also, put this grouping variant, okay, and just put a name here. Okay. After this, once you have defined, you need to assign the grouping characteristics, whatever you have selected. So just go there, assign grouping characteristics, click on the new entries. Okay. And you can, under your grouping variant, you can assign the grouping characteristics. Okay. Okay. Now, as you have defined this grouping variant and you have assigned, excuse me, the grouping characteristics within that. Okay. Next is your aggregation variant. So aggregation variants helps us to consolidate the consumption items within this rating unit based on the consumption item class attributes. Okay. So actually it helps to reduce the numbers of the consumption items that are being sent to convergent charging for rating. Okay. So it will reduce the billable items received from SAP convergent charging. Okay. So I'm just going here. Okay. So you can just go to the define aggregation variant, go there, you can click here the new entries. Okay. And you can define your aggregation variant. So I'm just defining my aggregation variant as a 4-digit of alphanumerical number or numerical number also. Give a proper description. Okay. After that, click on the consumption item classes and you can assign your consumption item classes. After assigning your consumption item classes, go to the aggregation rules and you can assign these aggregations rules also. Okay. Once this is done, okay, now you need to define the aggregation for consumption items. Okay, within the same node, just go click on the define aggregation for the consumption item. Expand this. Okay, so this is my posting area 8177. Just simply go there. Okay, and click here on the top. Okay, and you can a page will come. Okay, wherein you need to do all the entries. Okay, so your rating group, just put your consumption item class in like star, consumption item type is star, this one is star, and put your grouping variant, the aggregation variant here. Okay, and just save it after putting all this information. Okay, now you can go, you can in the same node, you can specify derivation of standard attributes for billable items. Go there and just in this my posting area 8175. Okay, so you need to assign that in which billable item classes that these billable item will be jumped, because after rating process what will happen? After rating process, a billable item should be reaching, right? So in order to do that, first you need to define the billable item classes, the sub process and the billable item types and everything. So that is already been covered in another video, that what to define your billable item types and everything. So the main purpose of having this rating consumption item classes is that we are receiving a consumption item that needs to be converted to billable items after rating process. So once your rating process is done, we are supposed to get a billable item, right? So where this billable item will go and be stored? So obviously, in order to do that, before creating this consumption item, we have to create a billable item classes also. Okay. So we are mapping this billable item, that where these billable items are going to be mapped. Okay. So once your billable item classes are ready, you need to assign your billable item classes, sub process, and the billable item type, which will be get created. Okay. And the source transaction type. Okay. So the source transaction type is going to be CI/CIT. That means consumption billable items, the source is CI. So that this because the consumption item was rated in CI system. Okay. Sorry, CC system. Next, okay, so once these are everything is ready, you can create a consumption item in order to check that whether your configuration is working or not. Okay, so how does it work? So in order to create this consumption item manually, individually, the transaction code is going to be FKK underscore CW. Okay, use this transaction code and go to the next page. Okay, you just click here on the white icon. It will take you to the next page. Okay, just put your contract. Provider contract. We have already discussed about provider contract. What is that? Provider contract is my transactional master data. Okay, and it is a contractual agreement between customer and the service provider, which holds the information like contract duration, like start date, end date, product details. Okay, like associated business partner in the contract account. So you just put the contract account, provider contract, and put your consumption item at the below. Okay. It will take you to the next screen. Here, click on the plus icon. Okay, here. And after that, this page will come, okay, wherein you can put certain information. Okay. Okay. All the fields has been updated. After putting this information, you can go to this page. Okay. Okay. And you can go. That means after putting the information, you can click on apply new values. And now your consumption items got created. So you, in order to view this consumption item, the transaction code is FKK sit underscore mode. Okay. So just use this transaction code. Sorry, this is a wrong transaction code. You can use this transaction code FKK sit underscore mode. Go there Okay, just select your receivables item, put your contract and click on execute. Okay, this will so that this consumption item got created. Okay, it's a display consumption item. Now you want to perform this rating. Okay, this consumption item should be here. The agenda is to perform the rating process. So just select all of them and click here on the perform rating. Okay, or you can use the transaction code also. The transaction code is FKK_VIX_NET_S. Go there, put your consumption item, rating group, and put your business partner, and you can click on execute. Okay, and you can just click on select all, continue. Okay, and continue, and you can see that number of unrated consumption items is 0, number of rated consumption item is 1. So successfully done. You can just go there in order to view the billable items. So you use the transaction code FKK_VIX_MON, and you can go put your business partner. Okay, and execute, and you can see that the billable items got created. Okay, so thank you so much, and if you have any question, you can do let us know. Okay, thank you.